You ready, my brother? Yes. Okay, here it goes. All right. Oh, you got the floor. Okay, you better than me, my fool.
All right. How's everybody doing today? I want to thank all hip hop. I want to thank the art museum. I want to thank my friends, family, peers, co-workers, everybody on the scene for allowing me to be here today, for allowing me to be with the panelists as well during the scene. I want to open up with a poem that talks about the things we're going to be opening up today with our panelists. The things going to be on activism within the culture, right? How hip hop activates us, how hip hop is a tool and a platform going on our day-to-day in our culture, right? Activism as a whole. How hip hop has activated me growing up as a child, growing up into my early adult years. So this poem is in celebration of that. And draws on some of the. This is called Hip Hop's Not Making Mom Part 2. You want to see part 1, just get out of here. As I analyze, draw back, scan the view, and take in the moments we share. Imagine the world that we created as you showed me how much you cared. You gave me a chance to speak my mind when no one had listened or heard. My talent unknown was brought to life as everyone came to observe. No matter the topic, no matter the pain, you put a song in my heart. Wrote lyrics, rhyme schemes, and many metaphors that we just cannot depart. Though we've drifted at times, became quite distant, you never escaped from my dreams. Holding memories and times where I think that life is not all that it seems. Projecting my purpose for all that it's worth. You gave me a reason to give. Create a message through lyrics that we proclaim. Help people live life till they live. Recognize all my pain and madness and rehabilitate the word form. Using wordplay as our own battleship to sail and weather the storm. After several long years, our fire still burns and heats our endless flame of passion. As time reminds us of what we've done, in the future we can only imagine. My mamacita, my darling angel, a beautiful rebel in all of the drama. Throughout the hate and the love combined, hip hop is still my baby mama. Thank you so much again. My name is Anthem. I want to thank the panelists. I want to thank all hip hop and Delaware art museum. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, let's get started. How are we doing today? All right, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Yasser Arafat Payne. I am on faculty, or I'm a professor at the University of Delaware, and I must say I am all hip hop. Definitely, and I'm proud to say that I teach a course on gangsta rap music and culture at the University of Delaware. And we represent. At UD, we represent the fifth dimension of hip hop, knowledge. With that said, it is an honor to be with you today. And in fact, it is always a pleasure to have a robust discussion on hip hop and activism. And this afternoon, we have a set of truly talented and very outspoken panelists who will certainly bring some clarity to the role that hip hop should play with producing real social change. First up, we have Ms. Pam Africa. Ms. Africa is the head of the International Concerned Friends and Family of Mumia Abu-Jamal, Philadelphia-based organization at the center of the international movement seeking Abu-Jamal's immediate release. Next up, we have Councilman Ducray Kelly. Mr. Mr. Kelly is a member of City Council in the great city of Newark, New Jersey. Also, Councilman Kelly is the first platinum-selling hip-hop artist in the United States to win elected office. Outstanding. Also, he's an award-winning community leader and activist who's on the board for the United Way of the Greater Newark Area, the Newark Museum Advisory Board, as well as the After School All-Stars Board. Next up, we have Mr. Hakeem Green. As a former New Jersey educator and former frontman of the True School hip hop group, Channel Live. Yes, Channel Live. Hip hop royalty. Right? Hakeem Green has been a multi-dimensional force in the music industry for nearly 3 decades. Discovered by KRS-One, his group Channel Live debuted in 1994 with their platinum single hip-hop anthem, Madism. Yes, sir. Followed by the gold album, Station Identification. Currently, Hakeem is an artist, manager, A&R consultant, educator, lecturer, entrepreneur, and visionary. And last but not least, we have the wonderful Miss Chandra Pitts. She's the founder and CEO of the groundbreaking One Village Alliance. One Village Alliance is a nonprofit dedicated to uplift children and their families on a holistic journey toward excellence through education, entrepreneurship, and the arts. Audience, please join me in welcoming our illustrious panel. Now everybody buckle in, and let's get ready to have an exciting discussion about the music and culture that we all love. Our first question to the panelists: what does hip-hop culture actually mean to you? And what is your relationship today, because we're a little bit older now, with the music and the culture overall? And in fact, I think out there they want to know also which artists do you currently listen to? So we can take it one at a time if possible. We'll start with you, Councilman Dupree.
Oh, what's up, everybody? I guess I'll need the microphone, right?
Okay, I do need the microphone, right? How's everybody doing? What does hip hop mean to me? Oh man, that's a layered question, right? Hip hop is everything to me. If you remember, I come from the group Lords of the Underground. There was a part in the song that my hip hop twin, my rap partner, Mr. Funky, said, I live with the funk. Right, I live with the funk, I eat with the funk, I sleep with the funk. So if you just take funk out of that and replace it with hip hop, we weren't lying. Like that's our life. I think that there are stages in life, right? When you're a child, you act like a child. I think that's a parable in the Bible as well. But I think there's, when you're 10 years old and you love hip hop, you love it differently at 10 years old. When you're 15, you love it different. It's that high school love, right? And then when you're 21, you start to get a little spicy with it because you can drink now. You can have a beer if you want. You know, you can smoke something if you want, right? But when you become a grown man, the stinky leg is not so important to you anymore. It's more about paying your mortgage, right? So I think that hip hop has been part of my life for as long as I can remember, from a little child until being an adult. I rode down here with my big brother, and we talked about our mother and how she hated hip hop, but hip hop is the thing that changed her life. So hip hop is not just this culture, this music, but it's my way of life. It's the way that I live. It's the way that I talk. It's the way that I eat. It's the way that I dress. It is the reason I am now the first platinum selling hip hop artist to ever win an elected official seat in the United States of America. So hip hop is not only my way of life, it is my politics. Hip hop is my everything.
Which hip hop artist?
Which hip hop artists do I like? Man, Hakeem Green is definitely one of those. That wasn't bullied just to say that either. But I mean, you know, I'm not the, you know, I remember the first time a young person, you know, I'll be 54 in January. So I remember the first time a young person looked at me and said, "What up, What you mean? I might spit better than you." You know, but I accept it, you know, because I've had an amazing time through hip hop. And I don't look at young people doing hip hop anymore and say, what are they doing? Because I remember bringing my first record home from Marley Marl's house to my uncle, who taught me what hip hop was. I learned to love hip hop from my Uncle Dow. And my Uncle Dow brought a record home called Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. That's the day I fell in love with hip hop. And when he brought that record home, I remember what I felt like. I remember what that day was. I remember smelling the funny aroma in his room, and he was fighting praying mantis in a shoebox. Only old heads don't remember that, right? You know. But anyway, when I first brought my first record home, a recording was from Marley Marl's house, and it was a record called Psycho. And I brought it to my uncle because I wanted to bring it to the guy who showed me what hip hop was. And I remember bringing it home to him, and I was like, "Yo, Uncle D, what do you think of this?" And he was like, "That's all right. It's cool." And remember, he's older, so I'm like, "What are you talking about? Marley Marl is going crazy in the house. He's responsible for all of these great artists. What do you mean?" And he said, "It's good. I just can't relate." And it made me think about the young people coming up now. It's not that they're not good for their time, for their generation. I'm just not, and no disrespect to Soulja Boy, because I think he's an amazing artist in a certain light. I'm just not stanky like him. Right? I can't relate.
Councilman Dudley, thank you. All right. Miss Africa.
Okay, family. I was one of those mothers that like, what the hell? I remember at one point I can groove to me, then I had a block party one day, and you know, I'm dancing with everybody, then I heard the word bitch. Excuse me? And then it was followed by some other stuff, right? So hip hop was shut off from me, and so was a whole lot of other people, because I could not get with the fact that people who had grandchildren, you know, and you know me, I had some young boys, and could grew to somebody calling one of us a bitch, and I was the one that ran over and snatched the thing up, and all, you know, all that no. And I'm a confrontationer, okay? I'm confronting, I'm grabbing the mic, you know, it wasn't the mic then, but you know, I could not understand it, and everybody said, "You go hand boogie," and you know, there she go. But what hip hop means to me, what it feels to me, is activism. Activism. It's confronting. It's saying the things that need to be said that's never said. I didn't get involved with hip hop until Munya Abdul-Jamal and the situation that happened with Move in 1977. And you know, and then all of a sudden, here's hip hop people, and talking about Mumia, educating other people about Mumia. I mean, large concerts and things, not only about Mumia, about the environmental issues, about the prison, about Vieques, about what was going on in Haiti, what was going on in our streets. Teachers. That's what I think hip hop is. I think hip hop, and you know, there's some mighty teachers, and they give it to you on a beat that even great grandmothers like myself myself and sit on the stage with some of the greatest hip-hop people that there is. And I'm gonna pass the mic because I can keep going on and on. Who's my favorite? I have so many favorites. I don't want to say one for, I love Brother Green. I love my brother Ed's here. And you, I love you too. You know I love you, sister. So, I'm not saying one. I love them all to stand up and fight the injustices, warrior powers.
To quote my big brother, my mentor, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone, also known as KRS-One. Hip means to know. It's a form of intelligence. To be hip means to be updated and relevant. Hop is a form of movement. You can't just observe a hop, you gotta hop up and do it. All right. So, Doc, I know you said knowledge is the fifth element of hip hop. I maintain knowledge is the first element of hip hop because if you don't do the knowledge, you can't do anything else. Hip hop is intelligent movement. If it's not intelligent and it's not moving us anywhere, it ain't real hip hop.
We already know your favorite artist you listening to.
Oh yeah. So who am I listening to right now? Do It All Kelly from Lords of the Underground.
I love these brothers up here, and I can't even call her a sister, but the queen, my new claim to fame, is she just named me as one of her favorite hip-hop artists. I greet you all in the spirit of love and unity, and in the spirit of hip-hop. To me, hip-hop is voice, hip-hop is movement, hip-hop is a call to action. It is a united synergy that spans the entire globe. Hip-hop is global. It's true that if you divide and conquer, and the first thing that really attacked that was hip-hop. Hip-hop began to give voice to the most subjectified, oppressed, alienated people across the nation. And then when stories from South Central LA and New York City and Brooklyn and the Bronx and the southern part of the United States started to be told, Southern Asia started to tell their stories, West Africa started to tell their stories, and we united a global movement that yielded action, that changed, that galvanized the world, that changed the world, that forced people to first criminalize hip-hop and every hip-hop artist, but then to co-opt hip-hop. So, voice is the most powerful thing we have. To me, hip-hop is voice, and it is the most powerful form of voice because it's creative voice, it's artistic voice, it is activism voice, and it's the voice of justice. So that's what hip-hop is. It expands and changes the entire world. Who am I listening to today? Bob Marley's a hip-hop artist. I'm still listening to Bob Marley. I still listen to Nas. I still listen to Tupac. I listened to Tupac this morning. I still listen to Nipsey Hussle, the greats. I listen to K Hockaday, G-Rap, Richard Rose. Shout out to Delaware Hip Hop, yo. Shout out to Delaware Hip Hop.
Excellent. Next question. Who owns hip hop and why? And/or do enough of the people own and control hip hop?
You own hip hop, you own hip hop, you own hip hop. In my Oprah Winfrey bag, we all own hip hop. And the first fight for justice is the fight to regain the power of hip hop because it's been taken, stolen, co-opted, changed in every single way, and we don't have to accept that. So when you look at the legal ownership, the paperwork, the big business that hip hop has become, but has it become, or have they taken and stolen? Let's not allow it to become hip hop. every child that I work with, so I run a global social justice organization called One Village Alliance, based right here in the Delaware Valley, but our reach is across 5 countries. It's all over the world, and those thousands of children that we work with, they own hip hop. Every single school, they might not have toilets, and by the way, if you haven't been to Africa, get there. Some of the most developed and beautiful places in the world are across Africa. But one thing they do have is voice, music, rhythm. Every one of our children owns hip hop, and we have to give them the power of ownership by lending our ear, listening, and paying attention to what our youth have to say, and communicating with our own creative voice of power and activism, and not just sitting back and letting somebody take what we truly own. We own hip hop.
So I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make is we confuse hip hop with entertainment industry. Rap music business isn't hip hop. We own hip hop because we own ourselves, or at least we should own ourselves. And when I mean by own ourselves, we should be disciplined to control ourselves, control our voice, control our expression, make sure we benefit from our voice and our expression. All right, let's not get confused with our ability to create culture and the enemy's ability to monetize, take our culture from us, monetize it, and then sell it back. We are the resource, but it's important that we discipline ourselves, we control ourselves, and that's how we control our resource.
I agree. We own hip hop. Hip hop is the voice of the brothers who can't, and sisters who can't speak out for themselves inside the prisons. And hip hop educates inside and outside, and what's inside is brought outside and come out much stronger. Because a lot of them listen to hip hop. And a lot of the hip-hop people who are going to jail for no reason at all, for whatever. When they go in, they teach while they're on the inside. So hip-hop is the voice to me of the people that don't have a voice and the people that do. Hip-hop is powerful. Hip-hop is us. Hip-hop is resistance. Long live hip-hop, and long live the people that keep these voices.
Definitely. I agree with my fellow panelists. I believe that name dictates ownership, right? So who you are and what you are, if you're signing up for that, if you can put your signature to that, then you are the owner of those things, right? And you have to sign for a house, a car, and all that type of stuff. They're asking for your signature because they're asking for you to show your ownership. I'm asking you to ask yourself, what have you signed up that pertains to hip hop? Are you signed up for the culture? Are you signed up for the movement? Or you just listen to it? Are you signed up for how we are moving forward? Are you signed up for our ups, for our downs, our struggles when it comes to this now movement, like Hakeem Green said, being in the know, being in the now, that's hip. Being part of the movement, that's hop. Are you signed up for the hop? Are you signed up for the now? If you can answer yes to that, then you are an owner of hip hop.
Great. Is it really fair to expect hip hop to fight the corporate and political powers that actually own it, given the poverty that so many youth are experiencing? Is it fair to expect those artists to stand out there and risk their careers?
Yes, and yes. It is definitely fair to fight for what is yours. We've been fighting for so long for what is ours that it's just in our DNA to fight. Because at birth they take what is rightfully ours from us and we become used to that. That doesn't mean that it should be regular. It's not regular. We just learned to live with the regularities of this thing. We shouldn't, this is not regular, to always have to fight for what's ours, to have to fight what we what we created, but we have to. And yes, it is fair to keep fighting and fighting till they know who the rightful owners are. No, let me take that back. They already know who the rightful owners are. But till they tell other people who the rightful owners are, until they start giving
Hey, Vicky.
what's
I'm
rightfully
trying to
ours.
stay
So
quiet,
yes.
but I see you out there. Hey, Mimi.
Okay, I want to introduce Brother Mumia Abdul Jamal. We have a tape from him, and I want you to find out what
I'm
it
here
is
to
that
see
he's
Flavor
thinking
Flav.
about hip hop. For
He's
those of
he's
you
the
who don't know,
headliner for
how many
today.
people here know who Mumia Abdul
But all
Jamal
the
is? Oh, we got some teaching to do in here today. But Mumia Abdul Jamal was a political prisoner. That we the people won and got him off at death row.
there's some
And
very
he's been in
important
prison.
celebrities and
Hip-hop
people that are going to
around
be
the
here today.
world, and on hip-hop
So
around
that's
the
why I'm
world,
here.
the
They
peace
came
will
to
be.
Delaware
If
at
you
the
go to
first
Germany,
state.
he's speaking about Mumia. You go to France, you go to Peru, you go to Hong Kong, you go anywhere in the world. Hip-hoppers have brought the case of Mumia in. So I want to introduce those who haven't, and for those who don't know, see me outside, okay? Please.
About hip-hop. Several days ago,
Hey,
during the
Susan.
conversations with Pan Africa, I had occasion to think about hip-hop as a grassroots music form that occasionally referred to this commentator, or prison generally. I thought about my many years on death row and meeting some of the hottest names in hip-hop and rap history. Remember Public Enemy, P.E.? I remember that band's leader, Chuck D, and spending hours just talking and listening about life for hip-hop artists and the struggle
That's the voice of
to get a record contract. Then
I can't even
we're
pronounce
talking
his
about the
name.
90s.
But
Back
he
then,
got,
he
I
said
think
they
he's
signed him
on
quickly. Today,
death row
no one would sign them up.
in
Times
Philadelphia.
changed, Chuck said. The rest of the group, Dead Threads, led by two very powerful poets, M1 and Talib Kweli. The men talked about how difficult it was to do their work and tried to speak about the black freedom struggle as well. Both men commented on the very real financial strains of the changes in technology and what that imposed upon them, from records to CDs, and from CDs to downloads. That's because downloads are digital copies of the original, which is virtually indistinguishable. This means that it's difficult, if not impossible, to make money from music these days. I also met a young rapper known by his name, Immortal Technique. We talked about politics more than music, but it was a pleasure sharing his brain on death row. Hip-hop began decades ago as a kind of protest music coming from below against poverty and state police violence. Today, it is ubiquitous, meaning it's everywhere. As heard in many commercials, to sell everything, from cars to soap, from vacations to food. Now, ain't nothing wrong with making money, but don't forget the struggle. With love, not fear. This is Mumia Abu Jamal.
Yeah, that was Mumia Abdul Jamal. He's on death row.
Wow. Let me just start with Mrs.
But he sounds so humble now.
How can a hip hop
His
movement
voice.
help Mumia Abu Jamal today?
Okay, today, some of the things that we're doing, one of the things that we're pushing, and we're working on it now, and I do need help, is to give Mumia a Nobel Peace Prize. People say, you know what the fuck, the Nobel Peace Prize, what do that mean? We're finding another way. You always gotta find ways. Mumia is down to his last appeal, and it doesn't look good to me. And I don't like to try to say like, oh, this pill and it's gonna be this, it's gonna be, it can be everything if we do the work. So one of the things to make Mumia a household name again, a young brother, who is the son of the sister who did the Million Woman March, which was 2.5 million women that shut Philadelphia down. And I hand out to Sister Filet. Her son, all these years later, has come up with the idea of the Nobel Peace Prize. In order to get the Nobel Peace Prize, there are 7 criteria that you have to have. You have to have, officials be involved in this. You have to have so many signatures. You have to have people from around the world, and we got that, we just need to activate it again. Brother Hakeem was very instrumental in like a video, that he was a part of. In fact, that's the first time I've seen him in this video, this documentary that was done on Mumia. He, brought life to it, in the case of Mumia. Welfare poets, the exact same thing. And the hip hop community, I'm not gonna go naming a whole lot of names, but this whole thing with the Nobel Peace Prize, please don't take it lightly. We're gonna need signatures, we're gonna be getting information out, because we just had our second meeting a couple of days ago, so we're formulating committees and things, and I'll have that information, up for you. I don't know whether you can put it up. When Brother Flavor Flav is on, make sure that he'll speak about it, because he's Public Enemy was one of the people that helped get Mumia out. And what happened in the trial, when you're talking about giving somebody a Nobel Peace Prize, he's in jail. He's accused of killing a cop, although all the evidence points to something completely different. We need pressure from the people. We need pressure that is way beyond anything else, because I don't know who the hell they think we are. And that you can kill Mumia by life in prison, and we're not rising up. We rose up. And one thing the governor said about people, right? He said, after a while, it goes away. It goes away. When we did millions for Mumia, that happened. It happened around the world, the people and the TVs and things. It was there. They shut the entire West Coast down for Mumia. That was unions. If you belong to a union, do what the elders did. They're elders now in the 90s. And go to your unions and let them know this government is in a conspiracy to kill, commit cold-blooded murder. And not like they've been committing murder all around the damn world already. But what I'm saying is this case right here brings attention to all the different cases of injustice inside the prison and out. So I'm saying you got to educate yourself on it. That's easy to do. All you have to do is go on YouTube, and you can pull Mumia everything. You can even pull the, you didn't know that? Right. But, please, get back in contact with me. I'll be here all day long. I forgot to bring papers and stuff with me. And but okay. Mumia, the mobilization to free Mumia, and the mobilization for Mumia, and all those things. Just Google, you'll find out, all the things that's necessary to bring this brother home. And I'm saying we can do it. And hip hop helped get him off of death row. It helped get a lot of the political prisoners off of death row and out of the prison camps. I want to thank you. Thank you.
So to your question, I hate being taken for a joke. I don't like when people look at me like I'm a joke. And I don't like when people look at my people like we're a joke. Like we're something not to be respected. Right. If we don't respect and honor our freedom fighters, the people who gave their lives, made the ultimate sacrifice for us as a people, you know, we hear throughout hip hop, air quotes, hip hop culture, free so-and-so, free so-and-so, free so-and-so, and I don't like to see any brother or sister locked behind bars. However, if we don't stand up for our freedom fighters, we are a joke. We're not a people to be respected because we don't respect ourselves, right? We did a song in 1996 with KRS-One, Warner, Electric, Atlantic equals we are. Instead of fighting them, why don't you go free Mumia, right? We did that because we didn't want to be taken for as a joke, all right? So the power of hip hop has to stand up for those who stood up for us first and foremost.
Amen. Just one thing to add, you know, the question was, you know, these hip hop artists of celebrity who have, you know, the money, power, and respect, you know, it should be the expectation that they are in the forefront of this movement. And, you know, the answer, my brothers, I shook my head in agreement, was yes, but as I think about it, no, they shouldn't be. It should not be the expectation unless our expectation is to elevate freedom fighters and true hip hop artists to be the people who have that celebrity and that have the power. If you think about the top celebrities, they're not our true hip hop artists. You know, so, you know, when Public Enemy said fight the power, that's not just a song, an album, a record. This is a call to action. And it's relevant today as ever. And I'm not just talking about this election time, all of this overwhelming propaganda. Now, it is important to get politically involved, but you have to stay politically involved. And every single day, you have to engage with your children, the youth in your community, the people, the families, those who are oppressed, to continue to fight the power. It's a call to action, and the expectation of those who we allow to be icons will never be to stand up for us and to speak for us and to demand that shared power, that shared and that shared respect, unless our expectation is different from what we accept as hip hop.
Let me start with Councilman Kelly from Lords of the Underground. Transitioning a bit. Is drill music real hip hop? And why are our youth so angry? Do we really have their backs?
That's a you know a strong question. We can't really, like, is drill music real hip hop? We can break down so many different variables of what hip hop is, right? You know, I was taught that hip hop, the hip hop culture, you lived it through its elements, right? You talked about, the MCs expressed what was going on around them in the hip hop culture. The artists, right, they expressed it through graph, through art, they sent messages through that. The DJ played the soundtrack of what we heard, the best parts of, and we related through that. And the fashion and the b-boys and the b-girls, the dancers, they expressed it through fashion and dance, through the culture. So, you know, and that's what became part of the culture. So when you ask, is drill music real hip hop? What is the culture that they are growing up in, living in, right? When you are influenced, and my brother was talking about influence on the way down here, how powerful influence is when it comes to leadership, right? So when you talk about drill music, in their surroundings, in their circumference, what they're looking at, what they're seeing, it becomes their reality. You know, and if they're influenced by the leadership of hip hop, of this music that they can gravitate to, that they can grab hold of, then we can't tell them how to see something, meaning what their vision is. We can't tell them how to do something, because usually when adults tell young people to do something, they do the opposite, right? So drill music, we have to, if we really support hip hop, we have to take it with the ups and the downs. So drill music is a derivative of hip hop, right? It might not be our most favorable part because it's talking about something of its demise. So we have to change the mindset of our individuals so that they know how to do the great part, take the best part, because that's what hip hop was, to take the best part. But they didn't take the best part. They took the best part and called it, well, I mean, that's even arguable, right? Because they took a part of it and made it the best part for them. Right? Like being in politics, I learned that everything is not how you see it. Just because you grew up this way, or you believe that this should be positive, or you think these people should be cleaning up their area, or if you think they should be this, is something else that is going on that makes them not do it that way. Right? So I can't disrespect drill music and say that drill music is not hip hop. It is a derivative of it. You know, and it has changed lives on both sides. It has taken life and it has given life. It has taken life, it has given life, but it does come from something that we love in this hip hop culture.
Let's give one other comment in regards to that as well. Is drill music real hip hop? But also, why are our youth so angry?
That's a good question.
Because they've been failed.
All right.
Because of economics. You know, I think drill music and I got CRS sometime, y'all can't remember shit.
I use that.
Trying to act like it's not there, it's there. So I always ask for a little help from my friends, a little help from my family, so if you see me falling short or something, I'm out to answer, okay? And this is a family affair here, all right?
I know that's right.
So I agree with what you were saying. You were 100%.
For those that's listening, this is a free event.
It's talking about
I believe the mayor paid for it,
expressions of
but it's going to be quite a few celebrities here today, and it was free. After this is over, I'm going to do some videos of the art. This is an art museum, so I'm going to go video the art.
This capitalistic system will look at us and figure out how they see the best of us. They cannot take, no kind of way can they take real hip hop. They can't take it. And even with the monies, they can't take this. It don't belong to them. And we had people in the schools, colleges, and teaching what real hip hop is. But drill music is a part of this society. And like you said, they express it, that way. I agree 100% with what he said. And hip hop, it inspires you to do better. And I love hip hop.
Alright, I'm gonna go left. Actually, I'm gonna go right. Right. Milk. Cheese. Does cheese come from milk? Is cheese milk? Is cheese milk? Is cheese milk? It's a derivative of. All right, I'm gonna go somewhere else. If you want to keep a people in place, or if you want to keep a people behind, identify the weakest one, elevate them to leadership. Rap comes from hip hop. Rap isn't hip hop. All right. Just because doesn't mean it's hip hop. Radio programming, TV programming, it's a program.
Yeah.
When the people who control the devices that are programmed separate the milk from the cheese. So is drill music hip hop? Hip means to know. It's a form of expression, a form of intelligence. To be hip means to be update and relevant. Hop is a form of movement. You can't just observe a hop, you gotta hop up and do it. If you're not moving us forward, it's not hip hop.
Amen.
I agree with everything that everyone has said. An important part of that question, why are you so angry? And I ask, why are you so calm? Why are you so silent? Why aren't you more angry? Why aren't you a person? Why aren't you punch the last person in the face that disrespected your child? Why aren't we more angry? We should be outraged. And a little child shall lead them. We should be more angry. Fight the powers that be. We are to, and history will have to record the movement, and history will record the greatest tragedy of this time of social transition, and it is silence. That's the tragedy, our silence.
Amen. I'm going to have to put that in the clip.
Let's begin with Councilman Kennedy. Particularly as a politician, would you agree or disagree that the legal system is now targeting hip-hop artists and their moguls, specifically, right, folk like Young Thug, definitely Diddy, and now even Little Durk? What are your thoughts?
First, I didn't even realize, I never wanted to consider myself a politician, right? Even after being elected, and then my team used to say, you gotta stop saying that you're not a politician. Because when you're a boxer, a boxer can't complain about getting punches thrown at him or getting punched in the face. He's in the ring, she's in the ring, they are a boxer. So I accept it now because I want more of us to turn into politicians, but not the way we grew up knowing what politicians are, right? We can no longer be afraid of that word because we being afraid of what the power that exists within our political structure. That's all it is, right? So I think I got the disease that you just had. Can you restate the question again?
Do you think the legal system is targeting hip-hop artists and moguls like Diddy, Young Thug, and Little Durk?
I think that that's a tough one. I think that systems, right, systemically have targeted all of our powers anytime we've created a power, whether it's been the Black Panthers, whether when we start uniting as one, when we start uniting as a community, and you create a power structure and a power system, you will always be targeted if you're going against the powers that be.
We got 10 minutes.
Right? So yes, I think that
I'm gonna get something to drink.
when you think that we are in power sometimes, one thing that I said that I wouldn't do is I wouldn't speak on Sean Diddy Combs, if anything, everybody has their feelings, but I just feel some way to push a black man down when he's already down if we don't know the truth, and I don't know the truth. I've never been to a Diddy party, so I and I'm not even trying to be funny, like, I don't agree. If he's done those things that are put out there, I don't agree with any of it, right? But I don't.
He's a politician in Philadelphia. They said his name. They'll probably say it again. It's almost over. About 10 more minutes. Then I'm gonna stop the video. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna come back on and video the artwork that's out there in the hallways.
Or is our political prisoners, are they really in power? Are they the real power? So I think that
And the
when you
lady
are
sitting
in
next to
power
him,
of any
she's part of the
position, that you will be
move.
looked at. You will be,
I think she was
there will
one of
be
the
extra
ones that was
eyes
in the
on you.
house when
If
they
you're
bombed the
an
house in
athlete who's a
Philadelphia
star athlete
in
at your school,
1977.
and you get in trouble,
And she's
people are looking
fighting
at
to
you more
get
than they're looking at somebody who doesn't play
Mumia
the sport. So when
out
you are of popularity, when you
out of
have,
prison or
when
off
you
of death
are
row.
in position of any kind, there are more eyes on you. There are people looking at you. And the minute that you attempt to do something that goes against what they consider to be correct, people will attack you. So, yes, I do think that people who
There's a
have
long list of
entertainment power, who
celebrities
have
that are going to be here
popularity, they
today.
have
There's
extra
another,
eyes on them, so they are
I
always
guess, in
attacked,
another room. They
especially
got a
when
whole
they
bunch of different
go
rooms in
against the
here.
people who are supposed to be in power.
Repeat the question, she already knows.
So, how do you feel about, do you think the legal system actually targeting hip-hop artists and their moguls?
From the beginning. From the beginning. From the beginning, from the womb. You know, we have been targeted. And when they see us doing things that is great and good and uplifting and pulling people in, you know, they target. You remember they targeted Malcolm since he was a kid. You know, they targeted Munya Abdul-Jamal like until the age of 14, and it goes on and on and on. You know, but I think this whole situation with politicians, I know Charles Berry and Inez Larry. There's no joke politicians, they take it the fuck to you. And you know, on the real tip, when they in them council places and things, you know, they go toe to toe with you. Check out Charles Berry and see how he did when he was in those places. He represented us. It wasn't about the money, the people put him there, and that's who he represented. Now, as far as me and Diddy and all those other people, I'm saying, I believe Diddy is fucked up. Stop and be a woman. That's only what we saw. That's not what somebody, you know, told us this is what we saw. And it goes from A to Z with them. And what the thing is with them, they think that they can get away with it because those bastards who bastardized them took them away from their mothers, their fathers, from our culture, and gave them this. Diddy was a kid at one point, and was saying, when the people that they're not talking about, what's that crime mug? And the one that groomed him.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make some clips out of this. Some short clips. This is a great event.
They're not talking about him. They're not talking about him, but they're talking about Diddy and all the other victims of him. And I'm saying, Diddy gotta be strong. He's a weak motherfucker. That's what
They going off in here. I know it's a good 200 people in here. You're welcome, Mimi. Thank you for being here. This is live, y'all. We live.
Real quick, to piggyback on what Pam African just said, highlighted, the individuals that you named, the crimes, quote unquote, that they're accused of, were they breakdancing? Were they beatboxing? Were they DJing, scratching, and giving a sugar? Were they rapping when they were doing their crime? Then why are we blaming hip hop for anything?
Racism in America today is an epidemic, and that's a quote directly from the CDC. Black people, black movement, we will always, always, always be attacked.
Cool. Thank y'all for that.
This is not it.
We're gonna open it up on Q&A to the audience. We got 5 minutes. Who has the microphone? Yeah. All right, we gotta sit up and talk loud. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna coordinate this.
Miguel. Long
Hello,
time no
I just
see.
wanted to say,
Long time
hip-hop
no
is
see for Susan,
social
too.
activism.
Haven't seen you
It
in a
started
while.
out as a voice.
Yes,
We have
fun
always
times. I
had a
miss all
voice
the
in the
fun
black
times I used to have
community.
here on
I think we got
YouTube.
a little bit lax on what we're voicing
Some
our
people are
opinions
leaving because it's
about.
almost over.
Hip-hop is civil rights. I think that a lot of things that are
But I'm
happening
gonna
in the
come
music
back on. I'm gonna
today
do some
has been
footage of the
flipped
art.
to where it was more social, that we were standing up for injustices in the black community, and the communities all over that are suffering.
About
I
5
just
more
wanted to say,
minutes.
yes, I think that, my name is Patricia, by the way. I think that, yes,
Oh, I know
hip-hop
her.
rappers, all of them have a duty to speak
that
up
is, right?
against what's going on, the
That's
injustices.
the
Right
kid's
now,
mom.
more than ever,
That's
we're
who's
trying to
speaking.
take black history out of the schools.
Quentin,
If we don't teach our
your
children,
Uncle
our
Q's
children will
kid,
not be taught. They're being
mother.
religionized. So I just wanted to say, yes, we are a voice. We will continue to be a voice, and y'all speak up.
She's cool though.
Thank you very much. So we only have a few
Just one.
questions. Okay. It is the question.
I think she's the oldest
They
one.
got
She's
super
the oldest.
hotels with all those cameras in every hotel in America. Where is Whitney Houston's tape? Who was the last person that came in her room? She did not drown. She was beat to death after she started complaining to Clyde Davis about her royalties. Where is her tape?
People in the audience are speaking now, y'all.
We can answer that question.
Shanae. That's Shanae's mom.
We definitely appreciate the energy. We're on a shortened time frame. We're going to try to get to all of the questions that we can.
Thank you. Okay, so, and I asked this question with no shade whatsoever. At the beginning of this, you were asked, who are the rappers that you're listening to now? And I didn't hear anybody mention anybody under the age of 35. And so I'd like to ask that question, well, besides you.
Because none of us in here under the age of 35.
I'd like to ask that question again, and speaking specifically of young people, and ask you what either responsibility or opportunity do we have as elders
It's in
the
Wilmington,
culture
Delaware.
to be listening to
I'm
young
in
people,
Wilmington,
even if they're not
Delaware.
saying the things that we think they should be saying?
It's live now. It's quite more, it's a whole program. They gave out programs. It's an all-day program that ends at 4:30.
Coming up, messages, a lot of them I don't agree with. I don't agree with the messaging, but we have to reach our people where they at, and these young people have the minds and the attention of other young people. We invite them to perform and come on stage. In terms of a younger artist who I really appreciate.
Other people want to be here, a bunch of celebrities, but it's free. It was free today, so I signed up, and I had people here, my family here from Ohio that came, and it gave them something to do for the day. Later on, we're going bowling.
Second of your first, and I want to say that what you all can
They're
do
enjoying
is
it.
listen to the artists that your young people are listening to, and then I'll go back to the first part and say, Gunna, don't judge me like you're not going to judge the young people, but I listen to Gunna because I found out he's my son's favorite artist, and I've grown to appreciate and listen to him.
I do that too.
I'm listening to Lil Rilla right now. I'm listening to Simba, Kendrick.
I like Kendrick Lamar.
First game. I'm listening to Benny the Butcher. I'm listening to Special 38. Like I said, no judges. Those are the people that I listen to right now.
Okay. I'm assuming it's Africa, you're not listening to. Okay. I'm gonna definitely say, make sure we listen to Lee Ford. Lee Ford is one of my favorite young artists. But in any event, we're gonna wrap it up. Let's please give a nice warm round of applause.
We got standing room only. One no more seats left.
That's gonna take place on this stage. So just tune in. All right, John. Have a good one.
Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta make some phone calls. I got like 10 phone calls while I was on live. So I gotta return these calls, then I'll come back with the video footage of the art. Alright, love y'all. Until next time, in about a few minutes. Alright, bye-bye.
2:15, the rap battle is